Hi guys, Blake here with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful upper Lake Taneycomo. It is Friday the 15th of January and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. So today I'm back behind Eagle Island, trying to find my way out of the wind here. We got about 30 or so degrees and 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts out here. It's actually snowing right now. They're still running the 2 units of water, and I thought I'd try to come back behind Eagle Island today to try to maybe find a break from the wind, but it doesn't look like that's happening. It's kind of just tunneling through back here. So I've got the trolling motor spot locked here. Today I'm throwing a 1/50th ounce PJ's finesse jig. I've got that about 9 foot under a float back here. Oh, there's one. Oh, I missed him. Well, I haven't pulled my bobber out of the water yet, so it still doesn't count. It's about 10 foot deep back here. Usually when the water gets to pushing it, you know, that 2 units or heavier, some of those fish will find solace from the current back here. So I'm hoping to find some swimming around back here in the slow water. I did just have a miss. I haven't pulled my rig out of the water yet, so I'm still on my first cast. And that wind is serious. It was, I mean, it was really blowing the boat around coming up the lake. Temperature is 32 or 33 degrees, but it feels with the windshield like about 25, I think is what it said. All right, nothing officially on the first cast. I'm giving up and throwing it out there. I don't have anything going on here. I've just got 5X tippet connected to the leader. I've got about 10 or 11 foot that I can use here. I've got it set at 9 foot because the water depth here is 10 foot. 10 to 11 foot is how deep it is back here. You always want to try to get within 2 feet of the bottom. But yeah, just the 1/50th ounce jig and the float today. Nothing, no split shot, nothing extra. Now, with this chop on the water, I really don't have to do much other than just kind of make sure my line is mended. But it never hurts to add that little extra wiggle whenever you're fishing a jig under a float, especially if you don't have any wind or chop. But there is no lack of that today. This area back in here behind Eagle Island certainly can hold a lot of fish. I've had a lot of good days fishing back here, and this is definitely one of the primary methods I've used other than just throwing a jig. But floating these little finesse jigs or the Turner micro jigs, even little white mini jigs, have all worked pretty good back here in the past. Fishing reports for today. I haven't been down on the dock a whole lot. I went down to weigh in a fish. A couple of the guys that are staying with us renting a boat were out fishing this morning, and they brought a buddy with them who'd never been trout fishing before. His first trout ever was a 21-inch 3-pound rainbow, and it was a beautiful male rainbow. Kype jaw, light green, had the real spaced out spots. Anyway, congratulations to him, and I told him he was ruined now. That was his first trout ever. The color jig I've got on today is the Sculpin and Olive. It's a two-tone with a brown head, 50th ounce PJ's jig. And what's funny is the current back here, even though it's really slow, runs back out that direction, but the wind is blowing so hard up this direction that with the spot lock on, it's actually facing the boat that way, opposite of the current. And that's how strong the wind is blowing back here. Snow is not even hardly landing, it's just getting blown sideways here today. Try a couple more casts in this spot, and then I'll move us down just a little closer to the entrance and see if we can pick up any bites down there. I might switch to my other rod. I've got the same 50th ounce PJs, but it's a Sculpin and Ginger instead of a Sculpin and Olive. Probably could even went with a black today. Black would have probably been a good color choice. Yeah, it looks like the snow is kind of picking up here. I know that we've had quite a few guys come in today and get minnows. They're coming back from fishing and getting more minnows. So I'm gonna assume that the minnows are biting good today. They said the guys who caught that big rainbow today said they were using Little Jake was the lure that they were using, and they were up by around the Lookout Point Island. It's kind of funny. My bobber is almost staying perfectly in place because the current's pushing it this way and the wind is pushing it the other way. It's almost staying perfect where it is. Alright, one more cast of this rod and I'm switching over to the Sculpin and Ginger to give it a try. If that wind is blowing so hard today, it would be a real challenge to try to just work a jig. Really a challenge to do much of anything. But those spinner baits and those little jakes and even dragging a jerk bait would probably work, or dragging live bait. The other suggestion Phil had for me was to anchor up somewhere and throw a minnow. Just use enough weight to get it to the bottom. Alright, we're gonna put this one away. We're gonna try the other one. Another thing, when it's possible, and it's kind of hard to do today, so I'm dead back here fishing something under a float, I like to cast it out pretty far, and then I kind of wiggle it and strip it, give it that little bit of action, just kind of work it back to the boat, and then send it back out there again. There's kind of a trash line over here of leaves and debris that have kind of working their way slowly down, and the wind is pushed together, and I have seen, since we've been out here, one or two fish kind of surfacing in that trash line. So that's another thing you can look for anywhere on the lake. If you find kind of a line of leaves and debris, there will usually be some fish right underneath it feeding. going now? Well, I must have caught the branch behind me there and through. Caught my jig on that branch up there and popped it off. Darn it. Oh. Just gotta retie real quick. Sorry, guys. It is kind of tight quarters back here if you're not paying attention to where you're casting. Okay. Oh boy. That wind can get you in a mess real quick. All right. I don't know how much longer I'll stay back here. We might move up to the next spot quite a bit closer to the entrance and call it a day. We actually have probably 7 or so boats out today. Got all of our die-hard fishermen staying with us. Alright, I think I'm going to break and go up here near this tree. And if I can't find anything up there, then I guess I'll let the fish have the victory again today. You do want to be careful coming back in here. If you don't quite know your path, I suggest turning your motor off at the entrance of this kind of feeling your way out with your trolling motor. If I had more time, I'd definitely switch out my colors a little more back here. And you could even play around with how deep you fish it back here, but for the most part I find that anywhere in the setting that jig anywhere in the 8 to 10 foot range back here, as long as they're running 2 units of water or more, is usually about the right depth. Oops, there's a foot pedal there. Well, sometimes it's a gamble coming back here. You just don't know until you try. This is one of those areas, if you like throwing the lighter jigs and you know, jigging them like the 1/32 ounce, this is a great spot for that. Because even whenever the water's running 4 units, even with the floodgates running, back here moves pretty slow. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen for me again today here. Might get skunked 2 days in a row. All right, well, I think I'm gonna call it, guys. It's a little cold out here, but we thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't, and we'll get out here and do it again tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Come on, bite right here at the end. All right, so I turned the camera off and scooted down just a little bit farther here and switched back to the Sculpin and Olive jig, and I did find a fish. Alright, there he is. Hold still, buddy. Well, I'm gonna leave the camera on for just a second. See if I can find another one over there. He was right over here, pinned against this tree. The water on my line is beginning to freeze. Sometimes the fish back here will scoot way back up and closer to the mouth up there, and sometimes they like to just stay right here close to the entrance of the other end. Alright, well, I was hoping I was onto something there, but it looks like I just got lucky and found one. So, thanks for watching, guys.